How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Scarlet, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, ladies and gents, we got some rumors, so let's get right into it straight away. So, first one is this one right here. I shared this one because this one was also over on 4chan from somebody claiming that these are the title screens for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So let's break these down and see what's in them. Of course, I don't know if these are real or not, but let's take a look at what's actually happening here. So if you open up these images in a new tab and take a look at the, a bit closer on them, because there is a bit to say here. So first things first is this image up here. It seems to show the shape of a constellation of sorts, like some kind of constellation. And what I mean by constellation, if you don't know what I'm referring to here, is specifically like a kind of like, something within the stars that you kind of like basically a sort of shape within the sky that can be made out of stars. That's basically what I'm referring to. It's kind of hard to explain this if you don't already know what a constellation is, but it seems to show a constellation of what looks to be some kind of fin, like the fin of a Pokemon at the bottom there. And you can see it further on this image, it's a bit more emphasized. It looks a bit almost like, I would say, a, not maybe a fish, but almost a mermaid looking thing of sorts. I don't really know how to describe it, but that's what we see in this right here. And this seems to be for Pokemon, specifically Scarlet here. And then there's further info down here where it seems to explode, like the actual constellation explodes, which then makes me think, is it possible if this is real, okay? Assuming this is real, which, by the way, take this with a mountain of salt. This is not guaranteed to be real. But if this is real, would this imply some sort of space-related, type of concept behind these games? Because the only thing I think of when I think of constellations is ancient, ancient philosophers who use, or like ancient, I guess, religions and stuff like that, who used constellations as a way to be like, oh, this is this is that, or whatever. Is it either that, or is it got something to do with, I don't even know, maybe horoscopes, or the more realistic thing, space? That's the one thing I would think of. But again, that's assuming this is real, which we do not know, so keep that in mind. But that was one of the first things I want to take a look at here, because this was posted, and I even shared it on Twitter to see what people thought about it. And most people seem to just say that, it's most likely fake because of the blurriness, stuff like that. And people have just been trying to imply different things. Now, again, I don't really know the deal behind this. What do you guys think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let's move on to the next thing, which is this right here. So, this is from Blaze&Cineroar, who is a great account that you can follow for information about just the most recent, rumors and stuff like that. But he's been doing something very interesting, which is he's been trying to break down with the help of other people, trying to break down what's going on with the, the big post right here. Now, what is this big post? Well, this comes from Riddler Coup. Now, if you do not know who Riddler Coup is, he's a leaker who leaked information last year, or he's, a Riddler who gives us riddles that give us real leaks. He leaked real information for Pokemon like Legends Arceus and Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. He gave us actual real info, and now he's also giving us information about what the new legendaries are, and he gave us this one picture, and in that picture, there was a top spot where it said that that was the, blurred out image of the Pokedex. We can only see a few little things in it, and somebody over on specifically Reddit has been able to sort of kind of discern a little bit of what's in there, kind of figure it out slightly. So here's what this guy was able to do. So he kind of tried to get a bit of a clearer look at specifically this whole thing. So here's what he says. First time posting a thread, so hopefully I haven't messed this up, but either way. Anyway, other clever folks analyzed this icon to determine who was in it. I just formatted it to hopefully make their conclusions clearer to everyone. I believe this is fairly accurate. Things to note about the icon. It follows the National Pokedex order, while keeping families together, like we've seen before in Ku's Hisui Dex. So this is something he did last year as well, where you see, this is the original image we're referring to right here. This is the one for Scarlet and Violet. It's an image of, a desktop with a bunch of files. Now, the first file here, Grape, is for the Legendary. The second one, GL Teaser 1, we're assuming is Gym Leader. Then this one right here, New Pokemon Data, that's just going to be New Pokemon Data. And then this one right here is the one where it's the Pokedex, where it's called Gen 9 Pokedex, quite literally. It only has a top part that's actually revealed, and he did this kind of riddle with a Pokedex like that. He's done that in the past. He did that for Pokemon Legends Arceus last year, and it was 100% correct. So keep that in mind. But he says here, the dimension of the image seems to hold approximately 150 fully evolved Pokemon and 450 Pokemon total, if every line was a 3-stage line, which isn't likely, so assume a 2-stage average, placing the total closer to 300. With that in mind, it doesn't likely include any new Pokemon on it. 150 final Evos and 300 Pokemon total is significantly lower than we had in Sword and Shield, and closer to the number of returning Pokemon for those games. This is further supported by the fact that, unlike Ku's Hisui dex, it doesn't begin with the starters. We know Ku's lists form separately, so regional variants aren't included here. There isn't sufficient space to fit the Eevee line. What could this mean for the Eevee line? Anything. It may be left out due to the formatting poorly, due to not being in the game, or due to it receiving a new evolution and thus earning a spot on a different table. Who knows? Except Ku, of course. Also, yes, it's just Charizard and none of the other Kanto starters again. I'm sorry. In regards to some of the questionable spots in the chart, I believe Ursaring, Pelipper, and Skitty to be the correct answers, but I've included the next best guess just in case. And again, credit for identifying Pokemon goes to all the community members, etc. But here's basically what he was able to do. Discerning it and kind of lining it up to what would fit in there. And here's what he ends up with, right? So we got what? We've got a Charizard line up there. We got Pikachu line. We've got Sandshrew line, as well as Diglett and Dugtrio. We got Meowth and Persian, as well as Berserker from Sword and Shield, apparently, based on what he's able to discern here. Possibly. We got Golduck. We've got either it could be, I guess in this case, Arcanine Primeape in this case. We also have Tentacruel. We have Magnezone. We've got Blissey. And then we have down here, always forget, like Skiploom or whatever. We've got Quagsire, Girafarig, Quillfish, or like Quillpile, or whatever it's called, like, again, now, the new one, I don't really know. That's, like, the brand new one that they added in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Then we have Weavile, and then, of course, the new, like, Evo that you got for Sneasel in Legends Arceus. And then we have a Skitty or a Swablu, and then Pelipper and a Wailord on the bottom right there. So what we have right here is possibly just the base dex without the regional forms, at least based on what's being speculated here by our friend Yuri then. So I don't really know what to get with this, like where to go with this, but based on what we're seeing, is it possible? And also, there is other people that have done different things, trying to break down the other parts of it, like the other parts of the actual post, because there are a lot of colors that can be a little, like, somewhat discerned, you know, and somewhat, like, broken down. So based on what, like, has been seen right here, here's what it looks like right now if you do add in the Hisuian Pokemon. So this is what it actually looks like. If you add in all of those, this is where everything fits into the, like, you know, into that. So I don't really know. So he did say, I added Hisuian Pokemon, the ones that were revealed in the trailer, into Ku's Dex with the Reddit post. And Rillaku, are there any new Pokemon on your Dex, or are they separate? Well, I don't think he's going to answer that, but interestingly enough, it does give us a bit of a better idea of, like, what might be going on here. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the, you know, specifically in this case, I think they're matching up the colors with the typings to match up with these boxes, but would they really bring a Alolan Dugtrio over? I do wonder if that would be the case. I don't know if it would happen, but we'll have to wait and see. So I just want you guys' thoughts and opinions on that, and let me know in the comment section down below. And let's move on to the next subject, which is a bunch of 4chan posts that Blaze and Cineroar shared. So I thought we'd take a look at some of these, and let's see what they have to say. So the first one is this one right here, saying, start off by talking about the recent Hope update, reminding people about hidden ability, BDSP starters, and legend starters. They also reminded the home points could be transferred into merit points for legends or BP for BDSP. Pokemon Go news, so he's saying that this is information that's going to drop in June, I guess, for a big reveal or presents. Pokemon Go news just recaps some of the Ultra Beast stuff, talks about the Ultra Recon Squad and how they are hunting down Ultra Beasts. Pokemon GBA Virtual Console reveal, similar to the 3DS Virtual Console, no Switch Online needed. RSC, and so that's Ruby Sapphire Emerald and Fire Leaf Green. No mention of Gen 1 and 2. It was about $12. They didn't say anything about Pokemon Home connectivity. Big Scarlet Violet news shows off more of the region. Started gameplay in the wild. How battles are back to being how they were pre-Legends. Professor reveal and choosing your starter in that big city. Couple new Pokemon and the legendaries shown off. Then it says, Blightly, okay, which is an electric bear cub with a light bulb on its head. I forgot the name of the porcupine, but I think it's the regional rodent from what I can assume. It was a pure normal type. Rock water lionfish, also it was seen on the land beside the NPC fisherman. Dark type spider, but it wasn't bug type. And then Skull Legendary is bipedal, color red. Why does he do a question mark there? That's weird. It has wings that form into a halo-like shape on the back. The wings were yellow. I think something similar to Haxorus body type, which has a lot of segments, except this was much more hunchbacked. It had two long lines from its arms which extended to the ground, almost like a walking cane, I guess, so it could also be seen as quadruped. Okay. Violet Legendary also was bipedal and purple and blue, except it had 2 tails and extended backwards like ropes. It didn't have wings, but it had almost like a shell compartment on its back, which glowed white. It had thicker arms, almost like paddles, but they were still usable arms, I guess. They mentioned the release date, November 18th, 2022, and showed the box arts. Region is called Ararana. Gimmicks was hinted at in the clock going berserk in the trailer. It is past forms and future forms called tenses. Kind of like Mega Evolutions, but what will this Pokemon... what Pokemon like this will be in the future? Compared to what was it like in the past? For example, Charizard in the past tense has no wings, is sleek and black-blue, and his fire dragon looks like a worm, I guess. And Charizard future tense is pure flying and has huge wings. Okay, that's actually, I'm not gonna lie, out of all the IDs for a gimmick, this actually is kind of my favorite. This just sounds fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this just sounds fun. Just adding more forms to Pokemon. I mean, maybe not Charizard specifically, because sweet mother of God, we don't need more Charizard, but just in general, this ID actually sounds sick. I'm not gonna lie. By the way, Violet Legend is a future dog when Tensed grows wheels and Visor Dragon Electric. Scarlet is a past dog, becomes Feral Beast Dragon Fighting. Tombs instead of badges. And I don't know, man. And then somebody was asking, why isn't it named Pokemon Past and Future instead of Scarlet and Violet then? Yeah, it's just, I'm going to be honest. This one is definitely fake. Let's be realistic here. This was gotta be fake, but it does add an interesting idea of like these like past and future forms. There is definitely a theme of innovation and progression and past and future and all that stuff. There is definitely a theme of that possibly going on in these games, but will it work to this extent and this heavily? I don't think so. I don't think that will be the case here, but I mean, hey, we'll have to wait and see, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it at the end of the video, guys. We'll cover the other rumors in or like the other posts here in a different video, and we don't want to keep this video too long, so that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next one. Peace out, and bye-bye.